Today I have come down to Le Canal du Midi, which is just a short 5 minutes drive from my village, from my house. I actually have a friend down here who's painting at the moment, but we won't disturb her. But what I wanted to do was to look at a landscape and explain a process that you may find helpful for deciding on your composition. So often when I take people outdoors to paint on plein air, there's a sense of overwhelm that you've got this whole landscape in front of you. What do you take? Which bit do you do? Where do you stop? More to the point, where do you start? So I wanted to just do this little lecture to help you understand a way of extracting your composition from the whole thing. Now think about it a bit like when you're taking a photograph. Okay, I've zoomed out, there's the whole thing, okay, but what I can do is I can zoom in and I can move about and I can take different aspects and take which I want. It really is about using artist license. Don't feel that you've got to include everything. I always say, what's your motivation for painting this? What's the most important subject, the thing that makes you want to do it? Now here, for example, it might be, well, I love the shape of that boat, it's really interesting. Or it might be, well, I love the way the trees, they curve round. Let me just come up with my pencil. The way the trees curve round. In fact, if I zoom back out again, there we go. The canal is coming, oops, sorry, the canal, here's the canal, okay, and it curves round there. And these trees, these plain trees, follow the canal. Both sides, these were planted, zillions of years ago. It's a UNESCO site, and it's shade for the people on the barges. So you've got this lovely line of plane trees following the curve of the canal. So it may be that it's that curve that you like, the way the colours reflect into the water and the way the bank on the other side also disappears. This is also a very nice observation of colours and shading and reflections. If you look at the boat, the reflection into the water. Let me zoom back in again a bit for you. There you go. So what I'm getting down to in my usual roundabout sort of way is you need to decide what is the most important aspect of what you want to paint. You're here, you've got your view, it's a beautiful day, so what else do you want to do but sit and paint and enjoy the scenery? So you've got to start thinking about, okay, I'm going to turn this into some sort of painting, some sort of picture. So, well, let's start off with a thought. Is it going to be landscape or is it going to be portrait? Now, it could be either, because you could crop your composition there and have it tall and thin and crop it there, so those trees are on the edge of the paper on the right. So you could do it that way, or as you are looking at it, you could view it as a landscape. It's entirely up to you, with this canal and the trees disappearing off the page slightly like that. But I always recommend that people, when they've sat and look at it, the first thing you've got to do is sit and look. Sit and observe, take in everything you can, start thinking about your composition, start thinking about your colours, start thinking about the sort of effect you want to create, and then when you've had a good look, start planning. And this is where we're going to come to the sketchbook.